Hello, everybody. You might be wondering, where am I at? Somewhere new. It doesn't matter. I got a microphone and I got an idea. People always be making podcasts, you know. Who's listening to these podcasts? I don't care. I'm making my own. I'm not gonna do it here because you could hear the water. It's kind of loud. This microphone also isn't connected to anything. It's here for fun. Um, But to make it a little more interesting, I'm gonna like play Minecraft. So it's not just some kid yapping. No one wants that. Minecraft doesn't make it much better, but it's something. I don't know. Find the whole thing on YouTube. If you follow me, I'll do a backflip. Yo, what's up? It's Mello, and I'm doing a podcast. Because, frankly, why not? People love making podcasts, and, I don't know, thought I'd join in. It's pretty easy to do. Just talk. So that's how we're gonna do things. But just talking is boring, so I'm going to play Minecraft as well. Make it somewhat more interesting. See, the hardest part of this is thinking of something to say for like an hour straight. I do have a lot I could talk about though. But first of all, when did they add the crispy shaders to Bedrock? I've been waiting for this forever. Yes, I'm playing Bedrock. I have a nice Xbox and I want to use it. And I also don't care. Ooh. This is so nice. I don't even know what that means. Alright. So, one of the main things that made me wanted to start this podcast thing is calling it trauma feels like I'm victimizing myself. But that's, I guess, essentially what it is. I am a very fragile person. I'm very emotional, despite not wanting to be. And that leads to a lot of issues, really. I tend to be problematic. Like, I really like to hang out with my friends, but like, a lot. But the issue is, I'm also antisocial. So not only do I rely on being with my friends to be happy, I don't want to be naturally as well. Which is very paradoxical, but that's just kind of how I roll. It makes it difficult to balance the two parts of me that want to be with people and don't want to be with people. But that's not the main issue here. The issue is because this leads me to attach myself to people. am very much attached to all my friends. That's obviously. But it also leads me to want to get attached to a special someone. But that's the big issue. I'm too antisocial to put myself out there in search of a special someone. And this is probably the worst part of the whole situation. Damn. Because I really want a special someone. Because I feel like that would help me, calm me down, and all sorts of stuff. But I find it too hard to put myself out there. But I have before. I've done it 3 times. And I think you can take a guess exactly how it went. The first time was pretty rough. I liked a girlie, and she just never liked me back is the thing. She was friendly though, and I am autistic as hell, and I can't make out the difference of them being friendly and hitting on me, which that does cause a lot of problems. So I started getting, sorry, my cat, one of them, I started getting super attached to this girl, and she never liked me. Probably didn't even see me quite as a friend, even though we were in the same friend group. We'd hang out, but it was never just like me and her. She was there for her friends, I was there for my friends. And 2 of our friends, started dating. That's kind of what happened. And I wanted to be with her, but that wasn't gonna work. So, yeah, eventually I kind of shot my shot, and it didn't work out. And of course, my reaction to that was to put myself in a slump for months. Because I had all this hope, all this attachment to someone that didn't want to give it back. And that was annoying. But the second time was quite a bit worse. That time, I actually didn't end up putting myself out in the first place. She talked to me first, and it kind of led from there. We had a class together. I sat next to her. We started talking. She talked to me first. And it slowly went from just talking to a friendship. I eventually got her number by using a special technique. Take note of is talking about photography. Personally, I like photography, and it seems most girlies also do. And so you could be like, oh, you should give me your phone number. I could show you some pics I've taken. That usually works. Just a little tip for you. And so I got her number, and we started talking. We had pretty good friendship brewing up, and eventually it kind of turned into a little more. I did the first move for this part again. I said she had really pretty eyes, and she said thanks, all that. But it only, escalated from there, and escalated pretty quickly to like, yeah, I like you, you like me, type of thing. But she didn't want to start dating. She was not for that. She was like, oh, we could date for fun. You can ask me to be your girlfriend later, though. So I was like, okay. I went along with it. We went on some few quote-unquote dates. And we went to a school dance. And I thought things were going great, but she kept pushing back this time when I would be allowed to ask her to be my girlfriend. I know it was a very weird way to do things, getting permission to ask, but I don't do things quite normally, so it was whatever with me. and double blacksmith, let's go. And eventually, she brought up that she wasn't sure she would ever be ready. This is something we had kind of already talked about before. I don't think I'm supposed to tell anyone. Or that's not the right way to say it. I'm not going to tell anyone. It's her personal secret. But essentially, she had some trauma that two different situations that I would call actual trauma, not just me, oh, I got my heart broken, not that bullshit. Some actual very real stuff. And it kind of led her to be emotionally unavailable, which is a classic. I know, I've heard so much about other people in the same situation. And, well, the thing is, I was more than available. I wanted everything instantly, and she didn't know she ever wanted that. And eventually she said, I don't think this is ever going to go the way you want it. And she was like, we should probably break. We were never together. She didn't do that. She should probably stop this, because it's only going to end in heartache. And at this time, it had been 6 months, and I was fully attached, like beyond anything, more than anything else. And for her, it was like, you still met a week ago. During that time, I was very, very happy. I have depression. I'm not just saying that. I'm on 2 different kinds of pills for it at the same time. One of them also helps me sleep. I just ignore it until I want to go to sleep. For example, it is 1:10 a.m. Yeah, and I'm doing this. I don't live alone. I live with my family still. Yeah. They're all asleep. I'm just recording some dumbass podcast. Yappin. And, well, anyways, to continue on. We did a lot of texting, mostly. And naturally, it kind of got more intimate, but not really at the same time. It's a very confusing situation. And yeah, eventually she said, we need to talk. I don't think I could do this. I don't think it's going to be good for you if we continue. And so I think the correct word is submissive. In a non-sexual term, I'm pretty submissive. And I kind of just listen, because what am I going to do? Say no, we should be together? That's not going to lead to any good situations. And so I tried to stop texting her, but that didn't work that long. I broke in like a week, and I started texting her again, until eventually she said, yeah, you need to stop. This isn't helping either of us. So I did. It's been 6 months now, and the worst part is I'm still hurt. I'm still butthurt about that. I still miss her after all this time. It's been a while, and I just still can't get over it. I'll still cry sometimes, and it sucks. I don't really know what to do, though. It's just not something I have an answer to. I just can't think of what's gonna make me change my mind. Because I've been trying for so long. Trying to just ignore it. Know that it's done and I can't do anything. But it's just not changing. I just stay thinking the same thing. What could have been, what I had, what I lost. And it's terrible for me. It's not helping me find someone new. Like, that leads us to third girly, who, this one wasn't that much. I started messaging her on Instagram, because, you just find people there. And she talked back, but my friends that knew her all said, yeah, she's kind of a something. I shouldn't say. I don't know who'll listen to this. And he said she's always talking with other boys, and I just shouldn't. And I didn't listen for a minute, but then eventually I realized, yeah, the way she's talking to me, she doesn't care at all. It's like she was pretending to. And this went on for a few weeks. Then I realized, yeah, she was like kind of ignoring me as well. I seem very desperate. And, well, that's because I am. In a weird way. Yeah, so I just kind of said, yeah, I'm gonna stop talking to you. She hasn't said anything back. I doubt she ever will. I don't really care if she does. Because I'm not sure if I ever really liked her, if I'm still just trying to replace what I lost. And I lost it too long ago to be doing that. I should really get over it. It's been far, far too long. But I just can't. It all leads me back to the same person. Which is really annoying, to be honest. And this is, sorry, it's hard to form into words. I'm not a social person, so I'm not a good talker either. I think those go hand in hand. Yeah, so I've tried a lot of things. Try to get over it. I've tried ignoring it. Tried accepting it. I've tried getting a caffeine addiction. That one's pretty fun, but it didn't work. But I do love myself a Monster. Very, very nice. They taste too good, so naturally I get a caffeine addiction because they taste better than like any soda. They just have something different. Probably the stimulants. I don't know. Ooh, I popped my neck. Yeah, a part of the reason why I started mellowing out, not the phrase, but as a person, I guess, another person I am, is to try to get over it. I think it's been the most helpful so far. I'm like discovering myself. Ooh. Yeah, but in a non-touching myself way, I am like discovering who I am. It's been interesting. I've started properly skateboarding. I've longboarded before, but that's a little different. Sorry, a cat. It's a kitten. I need to get rid of it. I love her, though. She keeps trying to bite the cords. Yeah. I've started actually skateboarding. I've started getting a fashion sense. I make clothes now, too. I don't do it that often, but I do that. And it's interesting. I do all sorts of stuff, but none of it's enough to distract myself. It is annoying, lame. I think out of everything I've bettered myself, though. I haven't gone to the gym in a while, but that's besides the point. I kind of get discouraged from the gym because my best friend is insanely jacked. It doesn't matter that his bench max is not an insane amount higher than mine. He's just, so much more built, which is really annoying. Discourages me. I don't know if most people would be like, oh, that encourages me that my friends go to the gym every day. Not me, it pisses me off. Because I put in work and I don't look that much better. Just because I am stronger. That wasn't exactly my goal. But, oh well. I do enjoy going to the gym. It's just, I enjoy being at the gym. I don't enjoy going to the gym. I think that's the same for a lot of people. Because once I'm at the gym, I'm having a lot of fun. Which, honestly, if you think about it, it's just insane that people like me have fun at the gym. It hurts. I think, what's the word? Masochist? I don't know. Yeah, you're hurting yourself, but it feels good. Very weird to explain. I gotta stop my cat. Hold on. Stop it. She takes all the hair ties out of my room and just throws them somewhere so I can't find them later. And they all have the little pills. I heard someone call them pills one time. It's like if you have cats, you probably know what I'm talking about. That little bit of fabric that will come out in a little ball on your shirt or pants, because your cat's claw went into it and pulled out just that little bit. It doesn't go back in. They're very annoying. Those might not be the pills that I heard someone refer to them as, but whatever. Those things, they're annoying. They kind of ruin clothes. They make them weaker, look funny. But whatever. I love cats. They're just my favorite things. They're so funny. I have my cat. She's a little old now. I don't know her exact age. I think I could find it somewhere, the date of some photo. But she's 5 to 8 years old, and the past year or two, she decided she's gonna go outside and get pregnant. Before, she would never. She hated outside, which is kind of weird, but I didn't complain. And nighttime is so bright. Yeah, so she got pregnant, and she had a few litters. Too many litters, too quick. She never gave us time to spay her. Chick, zombie jockey. So we've done that now, like very recently. She still has a shaved tummy, which is really cute. I love it. And she had kittens, and my sister wanted to keep one of the litters, an all-black boy, and I love him. He's supposed to love her, but he loves me more, which is the same for my cat. He was originally supposed to be my sister's cat, but I guess I'm just nicer to him. So she got like weirdly attached to me. I can't complain though, I love her. And so I have her, she's Tabby, I think, I don't know. No cat owner knows what kind of cat theirs is. I think Tabby's like the color. I really don't know. And so we have her, a black cat boy, he's like so handsome. You ever seen a cat with like a strong jawline? He has one and it's incredible. I love him. He also has big eyes. He gets it from his mom. She has big old eyes. Very pretty. But he has big eyes and his pupils are always big. The way a cat's pupils look before they pounce on something, they're just like always like that. Which, it's adorable. He also doesn't blink that much. But, I don't know. Ugh, my back. I should be sitting with better posture, but I'm trying to be closer to the microphone. I'm playing on a couch on an Xbox hooked up to a laptop to record this with a microphone that's attached by a clamp to a camera tripod. Because why not? If you gotta do, this is what I have, and it works. Oh, would you look at that? They finally added fireflies. I've had the idea of, every kid's dream is, well, not every kid's, like 2,000 kids. Maybe not 2,000 kids. The specific era that I grew up in, around the 2000s, like late 2000s, everyone wanted to be a YouTuber, when YouTube was first becoming big. You'd watch Dan TDM, Stampy, popular MMOs, and you would love it. You'd be like, that's what I want to do. And, there's just so many people who use YouTube now. So many people are YouTubers as a full-time job, which feels really weird because it used to be like, ooh, only the big creators can do it as a full-time job. But now there's just so many big creators. So it's so many people do it. It's just so commonplace. Kind of a weird way because it's a bit of a taboo job in a way. A lot of older people still don't respect it as a job, which is fair. There's a lot of absolute filth of people on YouTube, any social media, who somehow make it their job being complete assholes. Most of the pranking scene, they're just dumb people being annoying. Except my boy, Pranks with Tom. Pranks with Tom, hit me up, we'll do a collab. I have no clue where you live. Probably not here. I'll like FaceTime you. Yeah. If you ever seen one of Pranks with Tom's videos, I love them. They're my favorite. I'll do my own. Let's see where the villagers go. Go like this. I'm Pranks with Tom, and this is the spoon prank. Hey, I got this spoon. I'm just kidding, it's not a spoon, it's a shovel. It's just a prank. I'm Pranks with Tom. That was the spoon prank. That's what all his videos are. It's a simple formula, and it's amazing. I love it. But one time, he did a prank that got me. He was like, I'm gonna step away from the pranks for a while. And I was like, oh no, how sad. But that was actually just a prank. He was pranking me. 10 out of 10 content. Go follow my boy Pranks with Tom. He needs it. He needs it more than I do. Follow me. Subscribe to me. If you're listening this far, that means you're on YouTube. And also, I don't know why you're listening this far. Some random person with like 1 subscriber. You're listening to a whole podcast. What a weirdo. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Did I? You can decide for yourself. My neck really hurts. It's no one's fault but mine. I'm fully capable of standing in better posture. But I don't. Because it's not as comfy. I know quite a bit about bodybuilding and stuff. So I do know that if I just stand like that, stand correctly long enough, my muscles will develop to hold me correctly, and that'll be comfy. I'm well aware of that, but I choose to ignore it because that's a lot of effort. I don't even go to the gym that much. That's effort. The thing about stuff like that is, it's like harder for me, and the explanation is ADHD. I don't claim to have ADHD a lot, even though I almost definitely do. Undiagnosed, but pretty damn sure for most of these things. Let me give you a readout of what I think. I'm definitely autistic. You know, that's a fun one. But a classic combo of autism, ADHD. Very classic. It makes it so you don't have one autistic focus. You have a couple, and you don't ever learn about one enough to make it that useful. You learn about like 50 things, and you're really good at that. But it's interesting. It's probably better than just the autism alone combo, because how much can you know about a train, you know? I was never a train autistic, not at all. I got beef with train autistics, because the one I know is a really shitty dude. And I am basing my entire thought of them off of one person. Yeah, because people have been doing that for years. Racism. Anyways, yeah, autism, ADHD, and BPD, bipolar disorder. I almost definitely have that. Which I didn't know until I just stumbled across a reel. I was like, Kitty Explains BPD. You ever seen any of those? Kitty Explains some mental disorder. Yeah, both of those just, I saw the ones for autism and ADHD, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely got both. But the BPD, I never expected, but it just line up. I used to joke with my best friend. I'd be like, I don't know, he called me bipolar one time. I was like, I'm not bipolar. And it was just a joke. But I think he was being serious the whole time. And I think he was also right the whole time. Because it just lines up. All the, you could switch up in a day, be super happy, and just kind of feel shitty. Or you feel like someone hates you because they didn't text you for, an hour longer than they normally would, kind of thing. And that's all just too accurate. And now that I've realized that's probably what it is, I'm noticing it more. Like, all the times I'll be talking with my friends, my friends that I love, and I'll be having a good time, then randomly, I don't know, I'll just be randomly like, oh god, I hate these guys. And I don't, but I'll just get angry out of nowhere. Or like, I don't know, jealous. They both have girlfriends. I'm lonely. Yeah. But that's whatever. To add to the BPD, I'm actually also bisexual. Have another brain disorder, as you may know. I feel pretty comfortable saying that here because ain't no one listening this far. I'm talking to myself, and it was interesting, kind of learning about that about myself, because now that I'm fully there, I can realize this has been coming up for a while now, and I just kind of ignored it. But yeah, that's something. That's a fun part to pair with the BPD, because it's like, who do I prefer? I don't know. It'll change like on a daily basis. But it's Pride Month, so fuck you. I also love saying the word faggot. I like being able to say that. I said it before I came out, but now I can say it. What are people gonna say? No. Yeah, they can't do that anymore. I mean, they can. They can try. They could try it when I first said it. I wasn't gonna listen. Because I don't like listening to people. If you're wondering why I'm getting beat up so much in Minecraft, it's because I'm not listening to the in-game audio. That's just being recorded for the recording. I can't hear it. I'm just kind of here. Anyways, dick, pretty cool. Boobs, pretty cool. That's essentially the mindset, which I think is more equality than most people who've been fighting for quote unquote equality will ever have. I like all of them. And other people will say, "Oh, equal rights." You ever realize most people who say I want equal rights don't want equal rights? They want, justice, which is a different thing. Very different thing. I don't want to explain it, but where I'm going with this is a joke of equal rights. I'm not racist because I hate everyone. I hate all races equally. So it's not racism, is it? That's actually kind of a lie. I think I hate white people more than anything. We suck. We absolutely suck. I think we're the root cause of all problems everywhere. Is that racist? I don't care. I am white. You can't tell me no. That doesn't make sense. It's like telling a black person to not say the N-word. That's just something. People still do that though, but that's just something you don't do. It doesn't make sense. Except that one guy. Do you know that one guy who says he's a black guy, but he says the N-word like a white person? Which is such a weird thing to say. But if you know who I'm talking about, you understand. That guy, he shouldn't be allowed to say the word. But then people tell me I might be allowed to say the word. I have red hair, which, according to the internet, means I am black now. There's scientific reasons, stuff about Neanderthal DNA, and then a cultural reason of being hated on due to a color of your body. That's something honestly not talked about in the media. That yes, you do absolutely get picked on, set apart, and hated because you have red hair. And I don't even have that red of hair. It's pretty brown, but there's still just enough people can tell. And I know they can tell. I hear about it. And I don't really care, but, well, if I make myself the victim in a sort of way, that means I get invited to the cookout, so of course I'm going to say all the very derogatory comments people tell me because of my hair color offends me, so I can go to the cookout with all the black people, because white people don't know how to cook like black people. It's that simple. I think what I'm saying is very racist, which is great to start off a first podcast. But I don't think I've said anything that's exactly wrong. So cancel me. Try. You ever go to a barbecue joint? You can taste the difference between if it's a black man or like a skinny little white guy. If you're like a big white guy with a beard, then you're a good cook, you know? Like a Viking kind of guy. They're good cooks too. But you can have food from a skinny black guy, and it'll be good. But a skinny white guy, you can tell. I like free will. I'm saying stuff that I don't think you're supposed to say. Once again, who's gonna stop me? My 0 subscribers. And they can't stop me. I've heard people say way more outlandish things and no one even reacted. No. Because the world sucks. Low-key bad spawn. Spawn me on another planet. This one is dying. But, yeah, it's whatever. Who cares at this point? If I blow up in a nuclear blast tomorrow, oh well. You know, that's done. You see, nuclear war from the perspective of a suicidal person is very different than the average person. It's like a positive. You don't even have to do it yourself. Let's go. Is that funny? I don't care. It's a joke about me. So you can't get offended if you think, oh, I'm suicidal. I didn't like that joke. Shut up. I don't care. Village. Anyways, I have no clue how long I've been recording. It's somewhere along an hour. I'm gonna leave it here. After I loot this village. Did anyone even listen this long? Watch this long? I also don't care. I'm not doing this for other people. I'm doing this for me. As a way to feel like I'm getting myself out there, even though I'm talking to an audience of 0. But and it's fun nonetheless. It's a good excuse to play Minecraft. Maybe one day I will blow up, and then I could buy games and write them off on my taxes because I make content out of them. I think that's a good end goal for this situation, instead of like, I want to make $1 million. I want to be like Mr. Beast. No, I just just want to write stuff off of my taxes because I make a video about it. 10 out of 10 strategy. I think I might technically be able to do that. Well, not now, but pretty soon. I think as soon as you start making money off of videos, if you make any money off of a video, I think you can write it off on your taxes, but I don't know. I should buy myself actions and stuff, because I can do that. It's always nice when you have money. This is a nice spot. I might build here. Build something simple. But that's where I'm gonna call it for now. Get the sun. Come on. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, you losers. Subscribe. And I might do a backflip. How do I? No, I don't have emotes. Hold on, fellas. I need. Where is it? This one. It's so long.